Bismillah ar-Rahman Rahim. This is Kausar Izhar from Center for Peace and Spirituality. Assalamu alaikum. How's your day going? Today, I am going to continue with the concept of love of God, love of our Creator, love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the consequence is fear of God. So, when we love Allah, when we discover Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala consciously with any kind of biases, any kind of hindrances, and we are able to see that um, what is our place is on this earth, we discover that He is all powerful, He is the giver, He's everything, and He is gigantic. Um, Nothing can encompass Him. Our mind cannot encompass Him. So, especially when you are looking at the cosmos, at the solar system, at the at the universal level, when you envision the universe, you see that universe is so big, it is never ending. Um, it started with a Big Bang. It started with a Big Bang 32 billions ago, 32 billions years ago. But that is, since then, it has never stopped. It is keep on going, keep on expanding. So, the verses of Quran also talks about that if you read it. And then we find our place on this little earth, which is very small, because once you go, walk around or roll around the universe, you won't be able to see the planet Earth because it's the smallest planet or one of the smallest planet. And then, when you come closer, the Earth is big also, and 3/4 of a part of Earth is ocean, is water. Only one part of the Earth is habitable. So and then we look at ourselves like, we are all scattered, even though we look like, when we are on planet Earth, we look like, oh, this is like, there are so many billions of people and everything. But we know that it's not as compared to the other planets, it's not as compared to the entire universe, and it's not compared to the multiverse, because there's not, single universe. There are multiverses, as people say, as the scientists say. So then you look at yourself and you say, you are so small, you are so powerless, you are nothing as compared to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is gigantic, who is big, who's powerful, um, who is like everything, who's everywhere. Then you find your place. You say, okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all powerful and we are all powerless. Okay. And then that makes our personality, our mindset is that what will happen if I don't get any life support system, any oxygen or anything, I'll die and everything. So we are all dependent upon Him. And once we know that, then the fear begins. What is a fear? Fear is that that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving me every single thing without me asking for anything. And if anything is taken away from me, then there's no place for me in this planet Earth. Okay. And then we grow into the fear of God. Once we grow into the fear of God, then there are other things that we wonder that why they are happening. For example, why there is like so much violence everywhere. Hmm? When we know that we have no authority, no say, or no power at all, this is just a false illusion. Okay. Then we are, of course, we are misusing our free will. We are put on this planet Earth because of of our test. And in order to go through the test, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted us the free will. The free will is that it's a free choice. It means that we can either choose good things or bad path, and we have a choice. And on this planet Earth, whose owner is Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, whose Maliki Makan is Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and then we are just like becoming like a naughty people, like making nuisance and everything. And this is just a false illusion, just like toys, trying to fight with each other while somebody else is pulling the strings. So we have to open our eyes and ears to the reality that who is the boss, who is the boss here, not you and I. Even the biggest the strongest person on this earth, or powerful person on this earth isn't powerful at all. So, and then that puts us to our place. That our place is to become, we cannot do anything. We have no choice but to become humble. We have no choice to become like ajiz. And we have no choice to clear our thinking, to know that, to wake up to the reality. And once we clear our thinking, make our thinking right and everything, then everything gets clear, every single thing. We get accountable, we get very conscious of our things, because we don't want to make a mess out of it. We don't want to annoy Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. We don't want to do bad things, because this is the only chance you are gonna have. This is the only chance that we will have. This is, so let's, guys, don't mess it up. Let's just do the right thing, which is clear your thinking, and then make yourself accountable, become a better person and do the good things. And because everything will be taken away, somebody else is, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is pulling all the strings and everything. So what happens is that that's the fear of God, bringing ourselves to the dire reality. What is the reality of my life? What is going to happen? Then your thinking becomes very clear that one day I will be accountable. Even in this life also, I will be put through a lot of tests and everything, and I will be accountable to my actions. You will be accountable to your actions. Even though we go out on the world, we put our smiley face, we become like a good person. On the face, people think that, oh, she or he is a good person. They pray and everything. They're good Muslims and everything. But when we go home, when we beat up people, we become angry, we throw things out, we curse, and we do bad things and everything when we go home. Or, we fight and everything. But, and what happens when nobody's around? We could do anything bad thing we want. What happens at night when nobody's looking? We could do any bad thing in our life. So, but we don't know that all powerful Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is watching us. He has put like two angels on our right and left of our shoulders, and they are constantly watching us. They are constantly writing our deeds and everything. And what are we doing? Even in the middle of the night, if nobody is looking, we think, you and I, we think in our illusions that nobody is looking, but He is looking. The angels are looking. They are noting down everything that we are doing. So what's happening is that makes us a very clear person. That all the hypocrisy is gone, all the dual thinking is gone, all the false thinking is gone. So we become clear-minded. Our heart become clear, our conscience become clear, because we know that Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is watching us, and we will be accountable. This is called fear of God. Okay. So now what happens is that when we have fear of God, then we deal with people, we interact with people the right way, even if nobody's looking. Because sometimes, when you see the powerful people, when you see the parents or the administrator or a school teacher or school principal, they become angry at the children in the school. The teachers think that they can do anything they want. They can beat up the kids. The principal thinks that he or she can yell at the teachers, he or she can beat up the children. The parents think that they can do whatever they want with their children. They can beat up, they can do anything they want. Um, and when once a powerful person comes on their way, they become like humble or something like that. They become right when they treat him right. So we have seen that people become very arrogant with this with their servants. They call them names, they beat them up, they treat them wrong and everything, because they think that they can do anything they want. But when somebody more powerful comes in their way, they become like a cat or something. They meow in front of it. So they, the powerful person can yell at them. So this is called dual thinking. This is called duplicate thinking. This is called hypocrisy. And hypocritic behavior is not a behavior of a believer. A believer is a person who has acknowledged, who has discovered Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and who knows the reality of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He or she has submitted in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, submitted his heart. He or she is in submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What they do is that they treat everyone right because they have fear of God. Fear of God allows us to treat everyone right. Even that person is a teacher, if that person is a student, if that person is a child, or if that person is a servant, or if that person is an old person, or if that person is grandmother, grandfather, or an uncle or aunt, or anybody who's like walking on the street, any person who's begging for food. So the believer who is in the state of fear of God, he or she will treat everyone right. So when we are in the state of fear of God, because we have love of God transcends into fear of God. Our thinking becomes right. We become positive thinker. We become accountable to our actions. We become, as clear as water. We become as clear as a mirror, which means that our inside, whatever is in our inside is our action. Whatever we say, we do. Whatever is in our heart is in our face. So there's no duplicate you or me. And, there's one person. So that duplication is gone because of the fear of God, and we treat everyone right. We treat everyone with respect because we want other people to respect us. We claim, we demand that other people should respect us. So we should do the same thing for the other people. We should respect them. And so a person who has a fear of God respects everyone. It doesn't matter, you are a teacher. You will respect a student. You will never hit him or her. And it doesn't matter if you are an angry father, you will hold on to your anger. You will not slap your child. And if you are an angry mother, instead of throwing things out to your children, you will not ever hit them, or you will not ever yell at them, because it's not good. Yelling and screaming and fighting, it is not a good idea. It's not for a believer. It is not that Allah wants, and it is not a person who is in the state of fear of God. So fear of God makes us a right person, a person whose thinking is right, a person who wants to do the right thing, a person who doesn't care if somebody Shia or Sunni is going on in his way, he or she will respect them. If somebody like a Christian or Hindu will be in front of him, he will also shake hands with Christian and Hindu, because that Christian and Hindu is also a creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, so inshallah ta'ala we will talk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is Sister Kausar Izhar from Center for Peace and Spirituality.